Do you know how unique that is when you have a life that's transformed because you cried out to God and said, God, change me, and He changed you. And then I cried out to God similarly, and He changed me. And here we are. We look different. We act different. We behave different. We come from different cultures, different backgrounds in terms of ethnicity. But we've had this one common experience that unites us. I remember a friend of mine, white American, I tell you his race and his nationality for a reason. He went on an extended missions tour to the East African nation of Kenya. And he did something which was pretty foolish. He decided to go and run some errands by borrowing one of the guy's cars, one of the African men's car, and go and run errands. Why was it foolish? He didn't speak Swahili. He sticks out like a sore thumb. Here's a white guy in a predominantly black nation. I'm not talking about 5% black, no, 99.99%. While he's running errands, he gets a flat tire in the central marketplace. He goes to the trunk of his car to get out the spare, and overseas, many countries, they don't call it trunk, they call it boot. So he goes to the boot of the car to get out his spare tire. To his surprise, there was no jack in the car. The spare tire was intact, the lug wrench was there, but there was no jack to hoist up the car. That's back in the day when there were no cell phones. Who's he going to call? What's he going to do? He doesn't speak the language. Here he is stuck. He figured that there must be some Christians here that would help me. We shared the same experience, but he doesn't speak the language. So he's sitting there for a few moments. All of a sudden it dawns on him, and he yells out at the top of his voice, "Hallelujah!" And a bunch of Christians in the marketplace yelled out, "Hallelujah!" which means praise be to God. Everywhere you go, people use that term. And so they looked to see where the original hallelujah came from. They saw it was this white gentleman over there standing next to this car with a flat tire. He motions to some of the big men, "Hallelujah, hallelujah," which means come here, come here. So those big guys came. He said, "Hallelujah, hallelujah," pointing to his flat tire. He said, "Hallelujah, hallelujah," which means pick up the car, pick up the car. The big burly men picked up the car. They didn't speak one another's language, but they had the common experience. They picked up the car. He changed the flat, put on the spare. He said, "Hallelujah, hallelujah," which means lower the car. And so they lowered the car. He said, "Hallelujah, hallelujah," waving at them. He jumped into the car. They waved at one another. Though they didn't speak the same earthly language, they had the same experience, and that same experience brought about change. I want you to see. Go ahead, we can give the Lord a round of applause. True story. True story. You can't make that stuff up. True story. I'm talking about a shared experience, a common experience.